Today might be one of the best days in our lives. Here's a house hunt update for you guys. Okay, so to get you guys all caught up, a few things have happened since our last house hunt update for you. So we have raised our budget, and I'll have to do a numbers breakdown video for you because that's going to take a little bit more brain power to get things down, but I wanted to do a video now and capture all the excitement in one video. What you need to know as of this moment is that we did raise our budget, and what was awesome about that is it opened the possibilities for houses. So instead of there being one house every other month that came up in the market in our price range, now there's a couple houses every week that we're being able to go look at. Last Monday, and today is Saturday, last Monday we went to go look at a house in this cute little town that we have narrowed down and decided that we want to live in this town, or maybe one town that's a little bit bigger, a little closer to town. We ruled out pretty much all the other places that we're looking at. It just feels like the right decision. A lot of prayer's gone into it. We just really felt like this is where our family needs to be. We went to look at this house. We loved it. Fell in love. Actually, last Saturday, the kids and I went while Tommy was at work. We went and looked. On our way into town, there was a father and daughter selling pumpkins out of the back of a hot rod truck. Kennedy needed a pumpkin for her school on Monday. It was just like perfect timing, the most charming little thing that you've ever seen, because this town is teeny tiny, especially for San Diego County. So we got pumpkins. Then we looked at a couple houses, and this was one of the last houses that we looked at on Saturday with just me and the kids and our realtor. Fell in love with it. The kid pops his head over the fence, the neighbor kid, playing with the kids already, invited the kids over to come play in their tree house. I mean, it's just kind of picture perfect. This house has new paint inside, new paint outside, new roof, new water heater, no dishwasher. So we'd have to save our money for that, but not a big deal, something we can live with. We would have to buy a refrigerator, so that's something to take into consideration when it comes to cash. So we fell in love with it. So on Monday, when the two kids were in school, we had Mav with us. Me, Mav, and hubby went back out to the house with my husband's parents, and we looked at the house. Everyone agreed that it's awesome, let's put an offer in. So we put an offer in, and our initial offer was $30,000 below asking. So we knew that we were gonna kind of give some shock to them, but their real estate agent was kind of already warned, like, okay, it's gonna be in the low 400s. It's gonna be a low offer, and they said, okay, just write it up and send it over and we'll see what we can do. So we put our offer in Monday night. We hear back Tuesday morning that they didn't accept our offer. They did counter, but they countered at full asking, so that would be $450,000. And they're not going to cover any closing. We put our offer in at $420, and we were asking them to pay all of closing costs. They came back, and so then we're like, okay, fine, we'll bump it up. So we actually bumped it up to $429, asking them to pay full closing. So then really our so that's what we asked them. Again, they came back at full asking price, no closing. So same thing, their realtor wrote something that said, I'm sorry, I just don't think this is gonna work. This is their counter. And so we kind of just thought, okay, we have our final and best in. If they change their minds in the future, they know what our best offer is. Earlier today, I got a phone call from our realtor. I pick it up, there's nothing. So I'm like, dang it. She just butt dialed me, but I got excited. Like, there's a couple properties that we were checking in. I thought, oh, maybe we heard back from those ones, or maybe the Laguna house, they changed their mind. Laguna house, that's the one that we're gonna be talking about in this video. I go and talk to my husband, he's getting ready for work, and I'm like, oh, she butt dialed me, but I thought that she was gonna actually have some good news for us. Fast forward a couple hours, we go to soccer, we go to all our stuff in the morning on a Saturday morning, and I'm on my way to downtown San Diego to get my haircut. And then Tommy is on his way to a birthday party with all 3 kids by himself. He does a great job. And I get a phone call from our realtor, and she's calling me again. And I'm trying to figure out how to get to this new hair place in downtown San Diego where I'm not 100% familiar. And she tells me that the sellers on Laguna have changed their mind, and that they are actually came back and said that if we would be willing to come up to $435 and they would pay half of closing, that we can make a deal. And that's what my realtor tells me, and I'm so frazzled. I missed the first exit, then I missed my second option exit. I'm down in the middle of downtown San Diego. I should have gotten off right before downtown San Diego. I'm frazzled. I say, okay, let me call Tommy and I'll talk to him. He's not with me. So I try to call him and I'm trying to find the salon, and I'm like, okay, I'll just call you when I get to the salon. I call him, we kind of talk numbers. I look up a mortgage calculator that has worked really well. I'll have to leave a link for you guys because it really takes into consideration all the stuff. So it's not actually just your mortgage, but it's like insurance, PMI, all that stuff. It's really great. So I put in the numbers and I'm like, okay, yeah, we can do this. It's gonna be the difference from what we originally offered to the $435, including half of closing, is a difference of about $10 to $15 a paycheck for us. And we're like, okay, we will cut back on eating out 1 meal a month in order, or I guess that would be 2 meals. No, 1 meal a month in order to get a house. Like, we're willing to make the sacrifice. Oh, but then here's the other complication, that our realtor is currently up in Northern California on a weekend vacation up in the mountains. So she does not have great cell service. So between me trying to get my hair done at a new place, hubby at a birthday party with all 3 kids, and then our realtor up in the mountains with low cell service, we're trying to figure this all out. Finally, I get my hair done, I've done the numbers, we look at our budget, and we're like, oh yeah, it's really not that big of a difference, so we can totally make it work. Try to get in contact with the realtor. We had to wait a little bit before she had cell service again. Get in contact with her, and now here we sit. So pretty much what we countered their offer with, counter offer with, is they were saying $435 with half closing. Well, we're saying $435 and they pay up to $5,000 closing, which closing estimates around $8,000 to $9,000. So I mean, so that's around $4,500 to $5,000 in closing. So really it's pretty much the same thing, but we're putting a set number on it for them. So we're waiting to get the paperwork back from the sellers with their counter offer, and then I think that's it. And then I think once we both sign the paperwork and are in agreement, then we are officially in contract, I believe is the terminology. And this is our first time doing it. So you guys correct me if I'm wrong, but then I think that then it goes into inspections, and once inspections pass, then we close. And I think on our previous offers, we've done 30-day closings. So it's a possibility that we could be moving into our first house that we've ever owned in 30 days. So excited. I try to keep my cool and not get too excited, but this is, I can't help it. I'm emotionally invested now. We really want this house. I'll keep you guys updated. All right, guys. Oh. Hey, her realtor just called me. I can't say without a lump in my throat. You guys get to find out before I go home and tell Tommy. She called me while I'm out running around doing errands, and I was actually in Kohl's getting a candle, and to give me a little update on the escrow process for our house. So I just don't understand what's going on really, so I'm gonna do my best to articulate it to you guys. So I guess there's a lien on the property, and there's 2 liens it turns out, and they knew about one, and for whatever reason, bank seemed not worried about it, like at all. Not at all were they worried, and they're like, oh, it's not a big deal. But then yesterday, a second lien showed up. Long story short, the owner of the house has this huge complicated thing with his like business partner or somebody. They took a lien out on the house. I don't even really know what a lien is. I'm gonna go home and Google it. I have no idea. But what I do know is it means we might not get the house. It means there's a chance we might not get the house. Now she said, don't totally freak out just yet. She said that there's still a good chance that, see, I don't really understand, that the corporation or the bank or whoever has the lien on the property might just like forgive it, and then the owner has to eat some costs. a couple different options where it could still work out, but it's gonna be like a long, drawn out process, like 90 days or something really long. So it's just really complicated, and she was trying to explain it to me the whole time. I'm just trying not to start bawling. Why does this process have to be so hard for us? So I'm gonna go inside, talk to hubby, eat some lunch, calm it down a bit, recompose, figure out what to do. All right, here's the thing. I might have overreacted just a teeny bit to the whole lien thing. It just caught me off guard. I didn't really understand what a lien was at the time of the phone call. Since my last update with you guys, it's actually been probably a week since then. I thought I'd update you guys. As you can tell, things are on the up. It wasn't quite as big of a deal as I was worried about. Let me just update you guys. I'm unloading the dishwasher, but this was the only time that I had to catch up with you guys. So here it is. So the lien thing is this, that there are actually 3 liens on the property. One is for almost $3 million. It's insane, which is like huge. But that's not the one that everyone is worried about. That one, everyone seems to like not be a big deal, and that they can take care of that one no problem, apparently. I just don't really understand the whole thing, actually. But there is, the lien that is the problem is one that's for like $99,000. So the problem with that one is this, that if the owner of the home has this lien for $99,000. So if he were to just sell it to us right now, the way things are, he would just like get $0. But he like has a lien on another property, like he put a lien on another property maybe, which is owing him some money. So, or I don't even know if it really is a lien or what it is, but the important part is that he wants to be able to get that taken care of the same time that he gets the $100,000 lien on our property taken care of. That way he's not like just automatically losing out on $100,000. That way he'll be able to get cash. He'd be able to cash out. So that way he'd actually be getting, let me see, about like $50,000. So anyways, whew, we had to wait a long time to hear back from them, like almost a whole week. We didn't hear back until yesterday actually from them what was going on. The reason it took so long is because his attorney was out of town, like out of country actually, and that would made the whole delay. So what we were waiting to hear back on is if they wanted to continue selling us the property, or if they would rather just foreclose the property and just be done with it, which that's what we were afraid of. Good news is we heard back and that they do want to continue to sell it to us. That whole like figuring out the lien thing, that has to be taken care of first. So what we did is our realtor put up an addendum. By the way, I mean, I'm gonna repeat this a million times, but this is a perfect example of why finding a rock star realtor is so important. She's worked so hard for us. She really could have just been like, okay, here's the problem, you guys figure it out, which would have been super lame. But she didn't. She is figuring out everything, and a lot of times she's just like, okay, here's the addendum. She explains it to us, what we're signing. We read it, of course. And then she says, okay, don't worry about anything. I'm making sure that you guys are covered. What the addendum does is it extended escrow 30 days, and we'll probably end up having to extend it again. Like, I mean, this could take a while, like months, which we're fine with. He just says, sit back, I'll take care of this. I'll let you know when you need to make some decisions, which is so awesome and such a lifesaver. So escrow is extended 30 days. They have to do like a whole court thing to get the 2 different liens to kind of like cancel each other out. Once that's taken care of, then the other lien can be taken care of, which supposedly isn't going to be a huge deal. And then they can go ahead with selling us the house, which is awesome. But it's just going to probably take a long time, and that's kind of where we're at right now is the waiting game, waiting for them to get their like legal stuff taken care of so we can move forward with the home. Oh, the addendum that extended escrow 30 days, the other important thing with that is that it also extends the inspection period for us. So like normally you get 17 days to do your inspections, and then your deposit on the home is refundable in that time. Well, this extends that time frame as well, because we are not going to do the appraisal on the home until we are in the clear, like we know that things are moving forward and we have the opportunity to purchase this house.
Hello.
It's me. Hello.
Hi.
I have some news. So that was Samantha on the phone, and she said she just talked to, look how cute everyone is, and she just talked to the seller's agent, and they think that all the liens will be cleared up this week.
Woo!
She said it's still like, there's nothing in writing, and it's just like, okay, you say that this is gonna happen, but it could still not happen. But she said, your tummy, come here. Wants to get something from the trust people saying that, yeah, everything looks like it's good to go, and that's about Oliver. Gross.
What is he doing?
Go wash your hands.
Yeah, nose picker, get off of me.
Okay, so now it has been several weeks. Let me turn this light on. I'm just getting dinner ready, but I gotta get moving. Now it's been several weeks since I last checked in with you guys. Pretty much we just put things on hold again until we got what we're waiting for is something in writing from title, the seller's lawyers, saying that the liens are taken care of, or that like, okay, they're gonna be taken care of by whatever date. We just got word from our realtor Samantha that the seller's agent is in the process underway of heading over to the seller's house to physically pick up paperwork from them, meaning meaning we should be moving in mid-January. She said January 12th. I'm not sure if that's going to be close on the 12th.
Tell my mom to let me have a trampoline.
Or move in on the 12th, close on the 5th. So we'll clarify that, of course. As soon as she has the paperwork in hand, it means that we will start packing and put in our notice to move out of this beautiful home. Hey, me and the boys just got done with the plumbing inspection. He did a scope down the main lines, and guess what? Hallelujah! He said the pipes are in really good condition, especially considering how old they are. And he said that they should last us well over or up to 40 years, which is amazing. I was just imagining in my head like pipes crumbling and thousands of dollars, and then we wouldn't be able to get the house, but it's in really good condition. We don't have to worry about it. We can start saving for it now for in 40 years when we need to replace the line out to the septic tank. So awesome news. Our real estate agent was there with us, and she was looking at it, and she said that this is like the last hurdle. Oh, I don't remember if I already told you, but it was $230 for the inspection. What was I saying? Oh, so what she was saying is that this is kind of the last big hurdle that we have to do in the process. So the next thing that needs to happen is our lender needs to do the appraisal. I'm pretty sure we don't need to pay any cash for that. So if we do, we'll keep you updated. So now we just have to wait. Okay, thanks. So now we just have to wait for the appraisal, and hopefully that goes through good. All right, it's about 9 o'clock at night, but I need to give you guys another update. So we had the appraisal on the house, and it couldn't have gone any better. It appraised for almost $20,000 more than we're actually paying, which is awesome. We always knew that we were getting a great deal since we came in, like our offer is so far below asking, comparable to all the other homes for sale in the area. So anyways, it came in below, which is great. So our loan has been locked in. It's officially been approved, because first you're pre-approved and now it's officially approved. We're locked in at a rate because the interest rates are starting to go up again. So we locked in at our low interest rate, which is 3.75%. And then the other thing is those darn liens are continuing to be a pain in our booties. It's always back and forth. It's like we get something in writing saying, okay, it's gonna be good, but then like the next day it doesn't follow through. Then the other thing is that our realtor is on a cruise right now, so she's not super available to chat with. Like we try to tie up as many loose ends, and she was amazing, as many loose ends as possible before she left. And then we just try to text and email as much as possible, but she doesn't always have service or internet connection. It's just, this whole process is taking so long, and obviously we can't ask her to put her life on hold. And anyways, but our lender is trying to be helpful and talk to the seller's agent and be our connection there. Oh, anyways, it's confusing, but we still look like we are set to close on January 5th, which means we'll hopefully be moving on January 13th. Hopefully things continue to work themselves out. So I am going to end this house update here, and hopefully the next house update that I get for you guys is going to be a tour of our new house, and we're moving in. I really hope that's what I get to report back with you guys. Don't forget to keep following along and check up on all the other house hunt updates that I've taken you. We've been looking for a house for over the past year. I have a video on how we set our budget for this house hunt, and then 2 other videos along this house hunt project, or process rather. We started with a different realtor. We had to fire him, so I have tips on that. And then the other one was putting in offers on other homes that actually fell through, and things we learned along the way. So anyways, thanks you guys so much for watching. Hopefully I have some good news for you guys soon. Bye!